Hi, I'm Rick Ray, and I'm a longtime resident of the historic community of Glenbrook, Nevada. My family are Lake Tahoe pioneers, and we're truly proud of our heritage here. Today we're facing a massive threat as a powerful alliance of secretive Glenbrook and county powers are working overtime to take away our rights to rent our family home. Not everyone along the shoreline of Lake Tahoe is rich, even though our homes are located here. The house we own is shared by 8 of us: a retired high school teacher, a housewife and grandma, a full-time mom, a physical therapist, a former Uber driver, a musician, and myself, an independent documentary filmmaker. We don't make a profit from this home. We aren't billionaires or even millionaires, just good people who try to be good neighbors and friends. Mark Twain once stood right on this spot and declared this view the greatest sight the world affords. Problem is, the world can't afford this place anymore. Pioneer families are being economically challenged by ever-increasing tax rates and upkeep costs. That's why we need to rent our home to responsible, pre-screened guests during the peak season.
I've been around for 30 years. Renting houses exclusively to Glenbrook families and friends. Douglas County records will show that there's not been an increase in permits. There are not Airbnbs here. And it's pretty much me managing it as I always have over the years. The old-fashioned call-in days, they have to call me. I have to know who they are before they get to book a rental.
Because of the responsible oversight of Kevin Carr, we've never had any problems with our neighbors while renting our home. Nor has a single complaint from Glenbrook been filed with the county.
Historically, I've heard there are 0 complaints from vacation renters who stay in Glenbrook or anything north of Cave Rock. The renters that come to a neighborhood like Glenbrook, they live in the same type of neighborhood where they're coming from. They know how to be respectful and they know how to be neighbors just like you and I.
Even though Glenbrook has the fewest rental homes in all of Douglas County, a small minority of our residents don't seem to like the thought of seeing anyone unfamiliar in the community. They've put up signs which are openly hostile to newcomers, even though they themselves are hardly ever here and only recently arrived. But our family's been here for generations. My grandmother was born here in Genoa, Nevada. Her father was the only doctor in the Carson Valley. He used to snowshoe all the way up to Lake Tahoe to treat the settlers and the Washoe Indians. My great-grandfather also had the occasional drink right here in the Genoa Saloon, Nevada's oldest. My grandma built the second hotel on the shores of Lake Tahoe, the Young Brothers Bijou Lodge, in 1919. My grandpa helped design and build the Tahoe steamer, seen here in Glenbrook, and later sunk in Glenbrook Bay. My own mother and father were very big fixtures in Glenbrook in their time. They founded and hosted the now famous Washoe Paiute Golf Tournament at Glenbrook's Golf Club. Not everyone wants to rent their homes, and I understand that. Our family also values privacy and wants to be responsible homeowners in this community. We encourage effective enforcement of anyone who's breaking the rules. And again, that's why we use a respectable property manager to carefully screen our guests.
I served on the Vacation Rental Task Force for several years. We have a Vacation Rental Advisory Board that has been very tough on getting rid of Tier 3 party houses south of Cave Rock, because there aren't any north of Cave Rock, but they have been working very hard to eliminate any issues, any problems. They have been issuing fines. They have been not allowing, they've come on appeal. They have been very strict that you need to follow the ordinance and need to follow the rules.
Having a local property manager is extremely helpful if there happens to be a problem. We are available 24/7 and we live here local, along with a lot of the other property managers here in town that do the same thing. If there's a problem, the neighbor calls us, we go right to the house and we solve that problem immediately.
The real question worth asking about this arbitrary ban is why? With so much responsible management, capable oversight, and low density, why is Commissioner Tarkanian utterly obsessed with regulating Glenbrook?
As I mentioned, I've been renting houses for 30 years, and only in the last 5 years have there suddenly been issues with newer owners that have moved in and decided they don't want visitors in Glenbrook or to see strangers in Glenbrook, even though these are family and friends of people who live in Glenbrook.
This spot right here is where my dad died, here on the first tee of the Glenbrook Golf Club. He died doing exactly what he loved to do, which was golf every day, in his favorite place in the world. After my dad died, the community here in Glenbrook put up this bench in his honor with a plaque, his favorite quote, "Aren't we the luckiest people in the world?" We'll have to be more than lucky to prevail in this battle. We need to be smart, and we need to be focused. Currently, the Commission is split 2-2 on banning rentals. The deciding vote will come down to one man, Mark Gardner. In the past, Mr. Gardner has been a very thoughtful commissioner, usually voting for what's fair and sensible. But the rumor mill is busy with reports that he's joined the side of special influence. It's so strange to me that the vote of one man I've never met could determine whether or not we can keep our family home of 7 generations. As a pioneer family, we aren't asking for your pity or charity, just to be allowed a reasonable way for us to stay. If you've never met us or our guests before, it means we've had no impact on you. For you, this might be a theoretical or political argument, but for us, it's existential. Please encourage Mr. Gardner to vote no, and contact your commissioners to support responsible renting in Glenbrook and north of Cave Rock.